Alright, so we start in a caravan, 3 carriages, wagons long, with a couple of different hired guards, if you will, making the journey.
Making my way.
Making my way.
No way.
Arriving at the gates, the caravan, Bjorn and Iskana are riding, suddenly stops. You hear voices outside. Hold there! What business do you have in the city of Azel today? You hear the voice of the main caravan driver answer. We hail from Evan with trades. Have you papers? Yes, sir. You hear the sound of crunching boots on either side of the wagon. What do you do?
Let the
Fireball!
master do his thing because he's supposed to be doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. I just want to know if you're going to say anything or do anything. You know, I don't want to push through a story if your character would have done something.
No, she's going to sit there and she's going to watch, or not watch, but listen and observe.
Now,
Bjorn also waits patiently.
Where would you be? Would you be inside a wagon? Would you be sitting outside the wagon?
What was my job in the wagon?
You and Bjorn were hired as guards for the journey.
Then we would be outside the wagon, most likely. At least I would be.
So you would
Ditto.
see the... Go ahead.
Ditto.
Okay. So you would see these guards kind of approach you. They would kind of eye the two of you warily, but by this point you're used to that. You watch as the guards flip open kind of the backs of these wagons, peeking inside, kind of pushing things around, and they do this on each wagon. Looks like they're looking for somebody, or, you know, just making sure things are as they are promised to be. The head guard, or what you would have recognized as the voice that first called out, hands the papers back to the front driver. Welcome to Azel. Please understand these are dangerous times, and we do have limitations how long you can remain in this city. And he steps back and gestures you all, the wagons, forward. Once inside, the wagons stop near the market. They have their own contracts, it seems, as you watch different sellers from the area come out and greet them, and they begin just kind of to chat and discuss. The two of you were hired just for the one leg of the journey. You've been paid already.
Ooh, how much?
Money.
I told
You get
earlier,
nothing.
0, dear.
Half of it.
So whatever you
She
got
said
half
0.
of before, you can get the other half now. Take notes. If there's no notes, it didn't happen. And
I got a book.
yes, I am.
So mean.
We'll
The
say...
meanliest.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
We're good. It may not be right, but I got it. We're good.
Just remember, better living through creative report writing.
Hey.
I already said I wasn't taking notes this adventure. I've done it
That's
too
true.
much in other ones.
You don't need to write a tale.
You don't need to. Yeah.
Just take it's bits and notes, because there's some things in this adventure that only you're going to find useful or important. Other people that are taking notes may not write that down because it's not important to them. So just
Like
kind
me.
of keep that in mind as you go along.
Can
That's
you create me a journal, please?
I sure can. So
You can write like me and just not do the right notes.
I have to practice my handwriting, but I don't want to do that right now.
Aren't you old? Didn't you learn cursive?
Oh God.
If his cursive's anything like mine, it's illegible.
All right, you're all set.
Thank you.
So you guys watch as the caravans, they kind of split off. And I'm going to load the map of Azul here.
Asshole.
It's not too late to kill your character off, by the way. It's even easier right now. Just saying.
Do it. Do it.
Okay.
No.
Are you done?
You have.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say?
Blur,
so
blur, blur,
blurry.
blur.
DM
I'm
something.
in is all I could read.
No, it just says die in a fire.
Oh my god, is
Oh.
it die?
What are y'all reading? Oh,
He's holding up.
No.
that's fine.
Now that you say it says die in a fire, I can read that.
I still see blur.
That's the blur.
It's because you're old, Elise.
Yeah. Well, let me maybe make it bigger. I can do that. Oh, and it's fun.
I did not load the image.
Oh well.
That's what she
Not
said.
work.
You caught that?
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Alright, let's see.
Yes, Thomas has like super hearing when it comes to certain things.
For
No,
certain
no,
things,
I just mouthed it. I didn't even say it. Like, I was impressed.
Damn.
I can't even lip read. I can't even.
Grandpa is a sorcerer.
I have a question.
No, I'm a witch. actually.
Bjorn.
Oh,
Bjorn,
wait,
Uh-huh.
yes.
did you get the message I sent you? In chat?
No, Victoria, go away. Oh, God.
I'm just testing to make sure the whispering works.
Oh, in
Hi, Victoria.
Forge, in,
Thomas
yes.
is hi.
in Foundry.
That's Elise, the one who's waving and eating spaghetti.
Um,
Hey, high fives. Try looking where you're hitting. Thank you. Go. Go.
oh,
Oh,
okay. I see. Yeah, I got it.
I love you.
Okay, cool.
All I see is a blank screen. Is it still loading?
Does it have like certain?
Everything is black.
Let me
I have a
refresh.
black screen as
Oh,
well.
duh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I do
always
not
do
have
this.
vision.
No vision.
I like
Now.
the time clock.
Ah!
Yeah, I stare.
There we go.
Good.
Wow. Asshole. I mean,
Azil,
Okay, I see.
you are quickly
I-
gonna get killed off. I'm just
I know.
saying.
It's just second nature at this point. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
This is
Not
Azil.
even a little bit.
Okay,
Can I
so
mute? How do I mute myself?
how do you what?
The mute button, little one.
The mute button.
The little microphone.
So,
You use a hammer. Sorry.
It's okay. You all entered from this. Not you all. Iskana and Bjorn entered the caravan through this gate here, and then kind of made your way, over here. This is a tent, like a very large tent that consists of multiple kind of shops underneath that tent. And the carriages, the wagons, two of them stop here, and then one continues north to a separate destination. But you are currently outside this market area. Your job is complete. What would you like to do?
Work complete.
I want the rest of my payment.
You are paid.
All 5,000 gold of it.
Yes.
Keep wishing. No.
I mean,
So you guys, I
No,
said
no,
you guys
no,
were paid and paid your other half, and now
Mhm.
you are free to do
Well,
it.
we were
Dolby is a free.
we were pursuing a clue here, right, or something like a
I
lead.
had a contact that was here.
Mhm.
So mentally, she is going to reach out to Bjorn. So now that we're free and we're here, do you care to stay by my side so I can meet my contact, my friend's contact?
Bjorn says very well, but he says, "Wait, can I speak in my head too?"
Yes, you
Yeah,
can
we
speak to
determined that
me.
last time, yeah.
Yeah, you can speak to me if I am talking to you mentally.
So he's still not used to it, so he looks over and he's like, yes. Oops. Oh, wait.
She chuckles. She's like, and for the rest of the party, if I'm not addressing you directly, you can't hear her talking. She doesn't speak out loud. Just kind of so you know, kind of a thing. She talks
Telepathically.
Yes, that one. So where did they say to meet them? And she's going to review that note again that I need to find. I need to find it again. You sent it to me, and I need to find it.
Okay, I can send it again because I have it. I have it handy here. God bless.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. My popcorn's trying to choke me to death.
Popcorn? I thought you were
Dumb
eating
popcorn.
Chinese.
Hey, my soda tried to do the same, so.
Sorry, I have to click through like 500 different files to get to it.
That's fine. I'm going to be putting the link in my notes, so that way it's...
There.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I had this downloaded in like 15 different places, too, so... God. Anyway.
You and your computer wizardry.
Yes. Alright.
Now, the two of you haven't been here. Bjorn, how much of the world's story would you know? Would your clan more stay on their own in the mountains, or would they be more world learned of knowing about the war and knowing about the separation and things?
Yeah, they would be really isolated to the mountains, so they wouldn't be very aware.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Maybe just rumors that they pick up from travelers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You may have heard like tale of separation and just different that the continent of Talodain is odd, essentially. They don't stick with their family in many places, whereas a clan is more likely to stay together.
Okay.
So I don't think either of you would really know. So I have this map, but you don't know what's on here. Like, you do not know your way around here. You can ask around as needed. There are guards kind of patrolling the streets. And it looks like more than you would consider necessary. Like, you don't just see one guard maybe every 5, 10, 15 minutes. You see, like, one every 3 minutes or less. And they are just kind of constantly, warily looking down the streets and looking around.
Oh, I noticed that they're on edge.
Yes. I think you'd pick that up easily.
Yeah.
Well, my friend is supposedly near the where the guards or where the clerics stay, so our best bet is to ask and inquire there. Maybe he can get us some residence and we can get a nice and proper bath, but until then, she goes and looks to one of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
And just simply asks, "My pardons, where do the clerics stay?"
Do you do this out loud or in his head?
Softly in his head. Actually, she would know better.
Mm-hmm.
She would know better.
Fuck out.
So he has to clear her.
Freak
She has to clear her throat a little bit and asks softly in a small voice.
Mm-hmm. Ah, you are definitely not from these parts. And he kind of looks at both of you and is like, "Either of you." I'm sorry. What were you needing?
The cleric district. I need to know where to find a friend of mine who is staying there.
Azel is a little bit of a maze at times, but if you head straight up this road, So I'm considering the road where Iskana's token is right now.
Okay.
If you head straight up this road, you'll hit a 3-way path. Turn left and continue on. And you will see a rather large building behind which and attached to which is a iron fence. That is the cleric. That is the temple of Azel. And behind it lies the memoriam site.
I see.
Oh, so it'd be like this over here.
It'd be like right here.
Yep.
Okay. She bows. Thank you much, kind sir.
He kind of gives you a little, like a fist to the chest salute and a little bow, and heads off on his own.
She rubs her throat a bit. She's like,
Take a sip of your water skin.
looking over at Bjorn. I don't do that very much. Again, talking into his head.
Bjorn just chuckles. Bjorn always talks from his mouth.
Yeah. So you guys, do you make your way straight there?
What time of day is it?
Yeah.
I'd say it's
Like noonish?
early evening, so like 4-ish.
Still time.
There's still time in the day. So, yeah, let's make our way there first, and then we can get to an inn and get some drink and food in our bellies.
So
And then once we drop off the payment that I have, if there's nothing else for us, we could probably go and do some bounties. I know Bjorn is absolutely wanting to go out and flex on somebody.
Flex.
Alright, so I'm just gonna kinda, you guys head up here. And when you head here, you see this very long, large building that is very fancy. I mean, that's the only thing you can think of. You see, you're passing by buildings and houses, cobblestones. Some of them kind of just look ramshackled, put together. But this is a very clearly meticulous building. And it basically says, like, Azel Hall on it. And most of what you're passing here, so this was a market. These are more markets. So kind of, it's a very heavy trade center. And then you head west. And this is clearly, it's another very well put together building. But looks like it was put together by less skilled hands. There are people on the outside kind of scrubbing the building of like soot and dirt, just kind of clearing it up, sweeping the path. And you do see this line here that you see kind of coming out of each side is a barred metal fence. So you can kind of see through it, but you cannot get through it.
Got you.
But yeah, this is the temple. I don't think I finished that map. Damn it. But yeah, you
How
see
dare.
behind it very ruins. A very deep crater. Well, not very deep, but a few feet deep, blackened crater soot. You see wooden buildings and even some kind of stone buildings that are clearly worn by weather, age, and whatever catastrophe happened here. Iskana, you likely would know because of your discussions with the professor, but Bjorn, I don't know if you would know about the event that happened here. But
Yeah,
that
so
is
Bjorn says
the temple.
something. So Bjorn says, "What happened here?"
She just looks and just says, there was a massive release of fire magic, and a lot of people were hurt and killed, and it started a war. It did start a war, right, Tina?
did.
Yeah, it started.
There were conflicts before that, but it was just kind of more rebellion but once that happened, because also this area was where the people of Shadowside, or the Nomas, this is where they kept their children, their elder, the sick, their healers. So for the Magia to attack that area, just, I mean, anybody would be very upset, and it really got everyone revved up and started the war for real in full.
Mm-hmm. So she just says, you're looking at the start of a war.
Mm-hmm. And it's obviously old. It's very aged. Even buildings that are kind of on the outskirt of this charred area, you know, untouched by flame maybe, you could just see like wood is very weather worn. It's been there for 100 years or so. So you know it happened a while ago.
I'm gonna reach my hand out and see if I can feel any damage to the local weave.
Roll me an Arcana check.
First one of the game, guys. First one of the game.
Hey.
And I do not have Dice So Nice on because it lags.
Okay.
And with me recording,
Nice.
I just figured let's not bother with it. Well done. All right. So it's not as strong as it was in your home.
Mm-hmm.
But even as you kind of like close your eyes and almost feel it, you can feel healing. Where there may have been frayed ties or ends within that weave, it's sealing itself, clearly still heavily damaged, but it is healing.
Okay. Well, let's put in with the clerics and ask for my friend, and let's get you to a bar and get you some drink.
Salute. I mean, not sure how they cheers and cheers.
That's fine. Yep. And with that, she's gonna walk into the temple.
All right. So you guys walk in the temple, and while this is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch over to a map that we're gonna see how bad Elise can butcher this one.
Oh God.
This map does have sound, so if your sound is loud, it's not music or anything, it's just kind of background noise.
Is it nasty?
No.
I love
Alright,
this.
everybody should see this.
That's not too bad.
I like it.
I have it set pretty low.
I was gonna say I can't even tell it's on.
Yeah, it's set really low because the wind is really, really strong, and
I feel like I'm on Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah.
so we come to a town called Deseren. And Joden, you sit around a campfire kind of as the morning is peaking.
Okay.
The morning after. And you are surrounded by the wagons of the trade caravan that you assisted here, and you see your comrades getting up for the day. Try to find my notes. Gotta pick the window. The morning light brings visual on the destruction of the night before. Obviously, if you and your friends had not been there, it would have been much more disastrous, more deaths, more destruction, possibly a complete wiping out of the town. You don't know for sure. Smoke rises from some homes, and you see a rather bright blaze on the rather large manor on the other side of the cemetery, which you recognize to be that person's home.
Okay.
Necromancy, death magic, magic. All of these are rather unknown to Joden. You've heard of it, of course, but to experience it to that intense amount in an actual protection of more than just a caravan. You came in and protected a city. It's a lot. You can say now you have first-hand experience in battling such evils, magic, whatever you call it. As everybody around you begin to stretch, rise for the day, you smell coffee and tea, okay, is being prepared. And you watch as Captain Reshev approaches you all, you and your friends. You and...
Me and the rest of the guards.
You and the three. Karza, Darion, Fazil, and Karaya. Good morning. I hope you rested well. I wanted to thank you again for your help in fighting last night. We've dug through the home, pulled any books, whether or not we understand them doesn't matter, pulled any books and writings out, checked for any secret entrances, and the people had to have their revenge. He kind of eyes the now burning home. We've decided that his name shall be erased and never spoken again. It'll be recorded, of course, for the sake of communication with the capitals, and if they are in need of a name to maybe make some others sweat. But not here. We will never speak of him again. He wanted notoriety, and we wish to ensure that is not what he gets. We understand that there were similar words spoken by some noble in the city of Evan. I mean, something about the raising of Talodain. This was 5 years ago, though, and no one thought anything of it. We, I believe the cities kept watch. A year, 2 year, 3 year, nothing happened. Well, with the centennial approaching, we fear. We fear for the people. We fear for our cities, our families.
Understandable.
While our brethren Shadowside are not fans of magic, in cases of emergencies, sending spells are permitted. All the capitals have agreed to work together in this matter, sending troops across Talodain in search of these other necromancers that we were warned about and that he mentioned. Joden, I've known you for years, and your actions last night confirmed what I already knew. You are a capable fighter, and your strength will be needed in the days to come. I wish you to put together a group. You've seen firsthand what these beings are like and some of what they can do. We're not a rich town, but we could provide you with some healing potions and up to 150 gold to split with whoever you can gather. You can continue with your bounty hunting and mercenary work, of course. I would not keep you from making gold. I just request that you prioritize hunting down these necromancers and their ilk. We'll, of course, send messages to you as we learn anything new or any clues of where to go, but, and he watches you for a moment waiting for a reaction. But before you can reply,
Okay.
a loud noise near the gate, the east gate of town, draws his attention. I'll let you, you see he's distracted. I'll let you think on it. I'll be back in a minute. And you watch as he runs off. Your friends, Karza, Darion, Basil, and Karaya watch you for a reaction as well. Joden, what are your thoughts?
Seeing as how now, correct me if I'm wrong, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
The end of my contract is to get him into the town, right? Get him into Aslan.
You don't really have a contract because this part of this caravan is your family's trade business. So
Okay.
you just kind of take work as it comes. It's kind of like a route by route basis, if you will.
Okay. Well, I would like to pursue the necromancer aspect of this. I don't expect any of you to follow me. In fact, I would almost prefer you stay with the caravan.
You watch as Darion's shoulders kind of sink down, and as you say that, he's like, "We could take care of the." Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We got it. We got the caravan. And Basil, the gnome, speaks up. We know you've been getting bored lately. Come on, and we can at least know at least one trustworthy person who's trying to destroy these horrors. We can keep watch on your family to make sure they are trustworthy people guarding their roots.
I would appreciate that.
Karaya rolls her eyes at her brother. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it's quite obvious you're bored. We would have said something sooner, but for one, you're a fantastic fighter to have on the route with us, and two, it's not affecting your actions or your job, so we kind of left it be. My idiot brother, hey! Has a point, though. You have skills, and we would be sure that someone was actually working on what we have seen will be a problem.
I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would watch the caravan. I think once we make it into Azul, I will see if anyone there has heard anything, see what the local townsfolk are doing as far as investigations, and make decisions from there.
And Karza kind of nods her head, the half-orc. We're not bored with the job. She kind of smirks at you. I can speak for myself when I say I have no interest in traveling the country to hunt magic users. I like my life the way it is. I'm glad to know the dangers, to know what to look out for on my duties. And I will likely pick up the odd mercenary job here and there, but I'm not made for hunting.
Well, I don't know if I'm made for it or not, but somebody that knows what's going on needs to be watching the world for this stuff.
Better keep in touch.
Absolutely. I'll run across you guys on caravan runs here and there.
Karza stares
anywhere.
at you to make sure you're being honest. She's just kind of giving you this glare, like kind of hand hovering over her axe, like, okay, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. All right. So as your conversation kind of moves to not so dark items, we come to the gate of Discern, where a Goliath elf kind of looking person and a rather elderly looking turtle apparently got the attention of the guards. Hold there!
Yeah?
What?
What?
What are you doing here? What can we help you with?
Oh, no. It's, you can help me with the time. What time is it?
Listen, old man, we don't got time for games, that's for sure.
Well, how do you know unless you know what time it is? What time is it?
It's getting to be sunrise.
Oh, okay. Told you. And that's he looks up at this big Goliath.
We're here from, what's that town? Dockville?
Was it
Huh?
Selvig?
Glug glug.
Glug glug. Yeah, that sounds right. Salvgor, the racist ones,
yeah.
The one with all the racism. We just came from there. We just helped to kill a guy named other guy, Darren. raising bodies and acting all wild. We're on the hunt. We were sent by Koba. Like Koba's the name of the guard leader.
Who did you say you were looking for?
Captain Rishav. I'm trying my best.
As you
Sounds right to me.
I'm trying to double check
my
that
back.
as well.
Rickshaw.
Rushev.
There we go.
Rushev.
Yeah, him. Rorschach. Yeah, that guy.
Gorbachev.
Guy with the tests.
No, that's
Captain Gorbachev.
that's my Strahd character.
Oh, sorry.
We're here to see Captain Gorbachev.
Okay.
That makes my ears hurt hearing that name. That ain't right.
Yeah, I haven't heard
Just-
Gorbachev in a while.
Oh God, and
Get
Captain
down
Gorbachev.
this
Oh,
wall.
oof.
You got the name of the noble, didn't you, Koa?
Oh,
The one whose minion
I got it.
basically ended up getting taken down.
Yeah, Darian,
Darvis.
and then Darvis, and then Leah was the
Yep.
who had the bodies. Yeah.
As soon as you say Darvis, their weapons are drawn. And they are kind of surrounding you, and you hear shouting coming from like behind them, and you kind of hear the clank of armor running up. What's going on here? What's the meaning of this? They said they're looking for Darvis.
Telepathically, I'm gonna say, Shock. It might be boogie woogie time, my friend.
No, we're not looking for Darvis. Wait, he's dead, right? Is that the guy who's dead? My head is slowly shrinking into my shell.
You watch as this human male approaches, like on the outside of this circle of guards that is surrounding you, and he kind of stares at you.
Listen, man, we're here to hunt the necromancers and take care of them. We've been doing it at towns all across the land, like Almas and Nasty and Aurora and Valencia and Selvager.
Can I hear this conversation?
No, you're
Okay.
far from you. This is where Rishev went, but you're too far to hear the conversation.
Gotcha.
Look, man, we heard that Darvis got killed, and we helped capture his associate, and we're here to see Captain Rickshaw.
And I like leaning close to the closest person. I'm like, listen, man, some horses told me to come this way, and I think we're here to help you.
You watch as that guy kind of steps back, just like half a step, like, this fucking dude for the horses told him?
Yeah,
It's like,
the slightly uppity ones.
He
that's
the guy that is clearly in better armor than the
Not
others
helping.
kind of pushes to his side to get in front of you. I'm Captain Rishev, if that's who you're looking for.
yeah, that's Kova sent us to you. We're here to help. We're here to save the day.
Very
You're
well.
welcome.
Kova's a good friend, and I think we have the same goal in mind. I actually have a friend of mine I'm trying to get to gather some fighters to go after these necromancers, if that is what you seek.
I'm like fully erect from my shell as you say that.
God. Why?
Well, we're as tough as they come, buddy.
Right. There is no
Hey, you haven't seen him fight.
contract, and we have no responsibility for what happens to you on what missions you cake.
Don't
Listen,
worry,
we're not-
responsible people.
Yes, well, you don't have to worry about us keeping track of your lives or whatever. We're just here for
You here for what?
the money.
You cut off.
Oh, the money.
Well, we don't have much money, but we are going to be able to provide some. Here, let me bring you to my friend here. See if we can get a little gathering started. And with that, he will walk you guys towards, you see a campfire surrounded by 3 wagons that are clearly kind of trade caravan wagons. And you see a rather ragtag group of fighters. There's a half-orc, half-elf, and a couple of gnomes, as well as Jodan, if you would like to describe yourself.
I hate this part. Another half orc.
He was a man.
He looking like a man. He looking like an orc. No, seriously.
God.
You see the people sitting around the campfire. One of the orcs has a shield on his back, sword on his side, and he's a half orc. Him and the female both are half orcs. They're just laughing and talking, and basically it seemed like there's nothing going on except just normal camaraderie of the road.
So as you guys are kind of chit-chatting and chuckling at each other, Rishev comes up from behind you. Jodan, have you come to a decision about my offer?
I will be taking your offer. I'm gonna let everybody else stay with the caravan to make sure that it's safe. But I'm sure that going through the towns, we can put together a group that would be able to at least start the investigations, if not do all the fighting, but figure out, what we need and get towns to help out with other necessities.
As this conversation is going on, Phil was just kind of leaning over to Shock, and it's just like, okay, we might have to work with other people on this one, but hey, remember, cool as a cucumber. You're cool. Stay frosty.
I'm so cool.
So cool.
Very
You got
cool. I'm also a little
Absolutely.
sweaty. It's hot out here. But
Yes, it is.
cool.
Cool on the inside. And you see them practicing their meditative ritual, being cool.
Jodan, as you say that you'll be heading out and the others won't, you watch as Rishev he looks at them, not judgmental at all. He's just kind of nodding his head as if he kind of expected it, and he's like, that's good. We need to make sure that the caravans are protected, of course. No, I get that.
Absolutely.
These two apparently were sent from a good friend of mine named Kova, up in Selviger. I didn't catch your names. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Koa and Shock. Koa, go ahead and introduce yourself and explain how you look.
You see a medium-built, more elf dominating feature, female presenting elf Goliath hybrid. Very
20 years.
Yes, pointy ears, Goliath tattoos strangely covering her body, but very you can tell she was raised with the high elves, the way that she presents herself and carries herself. Very strong. That's me. Her eyes are, she has the same haircut with the shaved head, except for the, boxer braid going on, and her eyes are silver. Not like that, not pure white like that when she casts spells, that's what that looks like, but they're silver.
And not like the picture, she also wears armor, correct?
Yeah, she has chainmail.
And a shield?
No.
Okay, I couldn't remember whether
shield.
or not she had a shield.
2 weapons.
I do have, and that is a picture of Joden
Ooh.
and Shock. Would you like to?
It looks like a man.
I look like an old turtle. I have a very earthy smell that emanates from every part of me. And I am a slow talker and a slow walker, but quick with the ladies, if you know what I'm saying. And I have a small shield I keep on the back of my shell, and just a couple of pouches. I don't need much.
There you go. So yes, this I'm gonna assume that you said your names at that point. So Koa and Shock here came, like I said, from a good friend of mine and are also on the same mission. He kind of turns to Koa and Shock, and I mentioned some gold. I don't have much, but we will be providing a couple of healing potions for each of the group that you can get put together. And a bit of gold.
When you say group, how many are we talking?
Whatever you think it takes to get the job done.
Honestly, as many as we can get our hands on. People that are worthy of going. Not just your average townsperson.
Well, see, Okay. We're used to working.
I would think 4 or 5 more at most.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
If it's just the 3 of you, that's fine as well. But we want to make sure we do see you living on the other end of this. We don't know the power of these people. If not for Joden and his crew here, my city would have been laid to waste from one lowly wizard. We don't know the power. If you can get more people to join your cause... He kind of just shakes his head.
Koa kind of looks at Shock, gauges his reaction to the 4 or 5 more people, and just says, okay.
I am looking at the very purple hues in the sky. What were you talking about?
They're saying we need about 5 more people to add to our group.
Oh,
we don't have to have that many.
Oh, okay. Whatever works.
Whatever.
I like start to like walk around like a little bit with my like head swiveling around, but I'm not looking at anybody. And then I like kind of pull out my pipe and I just sort of like sit down right there on the grass, and then I just start hitting my pipe.
Okay.
You said the sun is coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
yep.
just
That sounds about right. Yep. That's good.
That sounds about right. I'll turn to Yodon or Joden? Joden. I'll turn to Joden and just say, he really is a good guy. He's just got his moments.
Don't we all, though?
Oh.
Urshev kind of looks at Joden and is just like, I'm sure I trust you to make the decisions and get a party that'll work for you.
Well, for now, we've got 2 more people to go with me, so that's 2 more than I had 5 minutes ago.
That's fair. Alright, I'm gonna take, let's do a quick 5-minute break. I need a quick bio break. I'm drinking too much water. Yeah, so 5 minutes and we'll be back around 7:41 Eastern.
Okay.
Sounds good.
See you in a minute.
Okay. Let me get the screen back up. So, I'll leave you three to kind of discuss. And we are actually going to move right back down to Azel.
No.
Only there's a caravan coming up through a different gate. Oops, helps if I actually activate the scene and not just look at it myself. Coming up from this gate here, Taryn, you are a guard / mercenary of this caravan coming up. How big of a caravan you think this is? Like, how often do you do this route?
I do it anytime somebody wants to pay.
That's fair. So you've got at least a couple, safety in numbers and all that, and about 6 or 7 other guards accompanying you. And just as you had heard kind of with Nancy hearing, not Heron, with Iskana and Bjorn, you watch as the caravan is stopped at the gate. Papers are checked before anybody is allowed in. Again, you are given a warning that people not of Azel citizenship are not being permitted to stay for long. Just get your business done and head out, basically. So you head into the city. Your caravan kind of makes its way to the market, dropping off its goods. And just like Joden, you are kind of paid on a route-by-route basis. So you don't have any contract. You're not stuck to any specific path or action. So we are going to put Taryn in there. So Taryn, you are right here. Well, actually, we're going to move you over here. What would she do in Azel now that she's here? Have you been here before?
Passing through just to get an odd job here and there.
Okay.
Honestly, she would probably, since the job is done, she'd probably head to the closest tavern for a drink.
Okay. So having passed through a couple times, you know that there are multiple taverns and inns. So you've got the Azel Tavern. Easy for me.
Easy for you to say.
Apparently. The Azel Tavern and Inn is more local. And you've kind of found that in any of the cities you visit, if the tavern is named after the city it's in, it's typically for the locals. It's where they, after a long day of work or trade, they come in and kind of let steam off and eat and, enjoy. Azel is a coastal town. And they have a set of side-by-side inn and tavern. It's 3 Sheets Inn and To the Wind Tavern.
Oh, Lord.
And if you get it, without me having told you about it prior... Huh? Come on, it's funny.
Like it.
That's creative.
What'd you say, Thomas?
Said I like it. And no, she didn't tell me about it beforehand.
Who doesn't get it?
Get what?
3 sheets to the wind
I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
means you're drunk off your ass.
Basically, yeah.
Ah, okay.
So,
Hey, cheers.
being it is a coastal town, I was looking for sailor jargon, and 3 Sheets to the Wind popped up, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. And that is what our inn is, 3 sheets, and To the Wind is the tavern.
There's actually a really good drinking TV show. It's called 3 Sheets, and it's like a guy who travels the world drinking. Awesome.
Nice.
God, that's my dream job. Must have a liver of steel.
Yeah. You should check it out. It's pretty good.
I almost said onions, but that wouldn't make much sense.
So, Taryn, understanding this, you can kind of decide where you want to go. Do you want to kind of hang out with the locals, or do you want to go more where it's passersby, not really people of the town?
Oh, I'm going to the locals tavern.
Okay.
Because I come through often enough that I know some people
You're a naturalized local.
Naturalized. There we go. That's a good way to describe it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna plop you there. So
Nope.
you come in, and it's gonna be about 5 o'clock-ish. Hitting evening.
5 o'clock somewhere.
You hear conversation and chatter throughout the tavern of there being a curfew in place. People have to be in behind closed doors by 8 o'clock. You hear that travelers and visitors are not being permitted to stay more than 3 days before being basically sent on their way to their next job, unless you are, as I said, an Azul native living here and working here. And you can apply for citizenship if that is what you wish at the Azul Hall.
Yeah, no.
So you get your ale, you get your food, and it's plopped in front of you, and just kind of enjoy the chatter and a little bit of music.
Yeah, I do try to like keep my ears like open for like anyone talking about jobs or about necromancers, or anything that might pique curiosity.
You don't really hear speak of necromancers, but you roll me insight.
Oh God, hang on, let me open everything back up. That's not what I told you to open. Oh wait, I have my character sheet open. Said insight. Well, this isn't gonna be pretty.
That's not bad, actually.
Well, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, with a 15, you've been here before. You're kind of used to the mannerisms of the people. They look scared. There's a tension in the air that wasn't here the last time you visited. There's no... It seems everybody is trying to keep the conversation light. So it's very hard to hear anything giving a reason of why they'd be scared. It's just kind of avoiding the topic kind of deal. And yeah, with that 15, it's clear that's what they're doing. They're trying to keep it light and fun, and they are clearly avoiding some topics. Like someone will go to say something, it's like, nope, not here. Let's enjoy the night. I don't want it. No. And you don't even like hear, like they can't even get anything out because they're getting cut off so early. So yeah. Iskana and Bjorn, you guys enter this beautiful temple that has multiple altars kind of spread. See, I swear I've made a map for this. That are kind of spread throughout this building. And there is kind of a secretary desk there with a young half-elven woman sitting there.
We will, Escana will approach and look at her and say, I have a contact I am seeking here. Sorry, 1 second. An Elvis Oakenkind.
Elvis, yes, he's been working here quite a while. He works to ensure that the magic of the she kind of looks over her shoulder. There's a window behind her where you can see the ruins. He just makes sure that the magic isn't affecting the city. But yes, I'll call him right away. Give me just a moment. And she kind of gets up and she kind of jogs off. And you watch her kind of peek her head in behind a closed door, and an older voice steps out. And he is older. You know, you were told that this is a wood elf, so he is clearly been around a while. His face is very tanned, pointed ears, lithe figure, but his face is very. It shows the signs of age. It's wrinkled. He has more frown lines than smile lines. It's been a rough go of it. So he comes out and he sees Iskana, and his eyes brighten. Oh, Iskana, it has been so long. I'm so glad to see you. How was your journey?
It was uneventful, and I owe that in part thanks to my traveling companion here. And she looks over at Bjorn and grins.
Bjorn nods.
She or he Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. We've been communicating for so long and shared a dear friend. But yes, I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Did we already order food
No, we have
and
not.
drink? I have no drink in my hand.
Nope.
No.
You're in a temple.
You're in
No.
a temple. You're in a
You're
temple,
not
not
in
a
the
tavern.
bar.
I mean, some temples serve, some
No,
wine or
not
something.
this one.
Sacramental
Okay.
wine doesn't
Uh,
come in a big chalice, unfortunately.
So the question was what was my name?
Yes.
I am Bjorn, son of Bjornsson.
Hello.
I don't know how to Goliath greet. It wouldn't be like it's a pleasure to meet you. That's like Chick-fil-A.
Well, and he puts a fist to his chest, kind of like the guard in the road that you met did, and does kind of a little bow, keeping eye contact, and just says, "Well met, Bjorn."
Bjorn is not used to this gesture, so Bjorn imitates the fist to the chest, but he doesn't bow.
He just kind of nods in appreciation. Yes, come. The both of you, come. And he leads you into this tiny office. Like, he's just enough room for a square desk, his chair, and one chair across from it. Like, it's clear this area was not meant for offices. He opens a drawer, and you watch as he reaches in, like, shoulder deep, a lot further than it should be.
Test.
Would you like something to drink? Would you like something to drink? And he reaches in, and he actually does. He pulls out a bottle of wine and kind of sets it on the table, reaches into the drawer again, almost neck deep, like kind of, okay. Oh, yes, okay. And pulls out a few glasses. Pours himself a full glass and kind of looks to both of you.
Well then, I take it you've heard of Raitan's passing.
Yes. So the way I figured this going, Iskana, is that you exchanged at least one letter with him.
Okay.
In the fact that it's been 5 years and he's been waiting for this money. So there has to be a reason for that
Gotcha.
time to
Alive.
have passed without him
Gotcha.
getting that.
Okay.
But yeah. But he pours about half a glass of wine and puts 2 glasses in front of you guys and kind of lightly sips his own. Yes, my dear friend.
He died peacefully, if that means anything.
It does.
Well,
It does.
she goes to business first, and then we will share all the pleasantries we can. And with that, she will sip her own, wine. And then basically reaches into her pack after pulling it off and puts a large sack of gold with a heavy clink.
His face brightens. Oh, wow, this could not have come at a better time. And he opens the bag, just peeks in. He doesn't go in and count or anything. He just kind of nods after looking and ties it up and drops it in the drawer. You don't hear it hit anything though. You just watch him drop it. Yeah, it's just like
It's the
Five,
TARDIS.
No
five
of
minutes
bottles.
later,
horrors.
you hear. 5 minutes later, you hear it go thunk.
Basically. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this school though. This library, it's the fear is going to come back. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore in my old age. He sits
Well,
back and takes a rather large gulp.
that is why Master Sorlor sent me. I would like to help with this. Where were you looking at actually building this, the site of this library?
Well, we've broken ground. We started it. Oh, it's been 2 years. I'm sorry, not 5. We started building it, and we get out there when we can. Me and my crew, and my son goes down there as well. But these Shadowside capitals are still not seeing the vision.
Then the vision that we must present at first is that of a library, a simple gathering place of knowledge.
To limit knowledge, though, that's rather painful, isn't it?
To limit its spread initially, yes, but once they warm up to the idea of collecting knowledge, they'll understand that we thus need to distribute it. A library is nothing without people to visit, isn't it?
He's watching you as you speak, and you watch as his finger just kind of starts tapping on his lip. That is true.
Your thoughts? Initially, I had spoken with my master that we needed to get them open to the idea that knowledge needed to be shared. And a library, not a school, would be a better chance at this, as you can gather magical texts, you can gather things, limit who has them, but supervise that use as well. And over time, as people become more comfortable with people being able to access whatever knowledge they wish, you start taking more promising students and training them to be librarians, to properly contain the magics, and then you expand from there. Start slow, work your way out.
It makes sense. It's better than nothing, that's for sure. Don't know if they'll continue fighting against us though, because, like it or not, we have magic. They still don't like that, even if we don't use it in their
I
presence.
have I have to ask the question, why are the guards so tense?
There was word has spread. There was an attack in Discern. Oh, one of their people apparently was some kind of death magic user, necromancer, if you will, and he was caught digging up bodies in the cemetery, and when he was caught, decided to raise the bodies and attack the town.
Lisa will be back. Her computer reset.
Okay. So when he was killed, he said that there were more of him. The raising of Talodain was at hand, and where he fell, more would rise. So, we don't know where these necromancers are. Are they our friend? Are they our neighbor? So everybody's a bit on edge. I'm sure you can understand.
Understand, yes. Agree with, not so much. It's the reason why we're here, I guess, is to help alleviate the fears, but what can I do to help you?
I suppose living amongst the non-magicals has made me more sensitive to their fears, maybe? The clerics are have always kind of been relegated to a corner of the town. The housing, the temples are no matter what city you visit within Shadowside, is kind of always hidden. The people are religious, but clerics hold magic, and that which they cannot wield, that which they do not understand, will only cause fear within them. So this, he kind of points to the drawer where he dropped that still bag. This will go a long way. We are just about finished with the first floor. We want there to be at least 2 or 3 of this building. This will help us greatly in obtaining supplies and even maybe our first books. It will definitely get things moving.
Good.
Beyond that, I don't know. This
All right.
necromancy... He sighs heavily. It can undo any good we hope to do.
Very quickly.
Yes. I was sent word by Deseret, actually, that a caravan was up there, and the guards of that caravan were able to defeat this necromancer. From what I understand, the main captain up there, Captain Rashev, I've met him a couple of times. Good man, good human man. Even being born to magic, he's good. He kind of laughs at his own self-deprecating joke from living with these non-magics. He's a good man, though, but he said he's going to try and put together a group of adventurers, mercenaries, people to basically travel and try and defeat these necromancers before they can rise up. The Centennial's coming. The Centennial being the 100 years after the war ended. And if there's any time to scare the people and cause another war, I imagine the anniversary of the end of one. He kind of just leaves it open-ending.
Okay. What do you want from me and what do you need from me? I am at your disposal. Provided we could get a day or 2 of rest, or do you need us to set off immediately somewhere?
No, we have no need of sending you off. You're definitely welcome to rest and relax. Being you are a pupil, a friend, we have that shared friend. I would like, and tell me to go dig my own grave if this is not something you wish to do, please. Rashev is sending his group to Azo. I'd like for you to meet with them. If you think you can get along, if maybe you can travel with them, I can be sure that I know somebody who cares about our mission, is on this hunt and trying to take out these people who are trying to undo what little we've been able to accomplish. If that's something you're willing to do, I'd be forever grateful. I have nothing else that I can think of asking for.
Well, you secure future sites and materials needed. I will travel as you ask with these people. And you want me to basically help hunt rogue necromancers down?
I don't know if they're rogue. From the way the one in Evans spoke 5 years ago, and the way this one in Deseret spoke, it sounds like they're organized. They're connected somehow. If they're saying, when I die, someone will rise in my place, that is an organization. There's more there. But we don't know where. They won't speak. They can't speak. I guess it could be saying rogue necromancers. Necromancy in itself is really not something permitted on Talodain, at least to the extent they're doing. Of course, there's necromantic magic that helps save lives. I'm talking the kind they use to raise the dead. That is not something that Talodain allows. But
No. All right. Well,
meet
I
with them.
will.
Just
Well, I'll
please,
meet with them, and yeah.
if you're not comfortable, don't don't go, and I will take you with me to school and put this big muscular man to work if need be. But yeah, if you could just meet with them and see if maybe their goals align with yours, and they seem like a worthy traveling companions, that would mean a great deal to me.
As you wish. Do we know when they're coming to Azel?
I don't. So the way and this is the GM speaking, the way I'm thinking time here is this is the afternoon of the day after the attack. So when I was speaking with Joden, Koa, and Shock, they're currently in the morning of this day, where you guys are in the evening.
Okay.
I'm thinking, and this is back to him speaking, I'm thinking it'll be a day or two, depending on their mode of transportation. From my understanding, one of their party is rather heavy and can't ride a horse. I didn't ask details. I just asked them to get here when they could. So, in the next couple days, I will vouch for you if they take longer and the guards try and chase you off. But yeah. But of course, this is your first visit to Azel. It is a wonderful city, regardless of the stress that you kind of may seem from the guards and the people. We have fantastic marketplaces. The food is wondrous. Either of the taverns are fantastic. We've got the Azel Tavern, which is our more of a home base. It's where the community gathers. The people of the town, they save their candle wax and spend time at the tavern before going home for the night. And then there's To the Wind Tavern, which is towards the port up on the eastern side here. Either is good. They're both fantastic, and they both have an inn attached. Yeah. So you are, please feel don't feel you need to cater to me at all. Go relax, get yourself some food and drink, and hopefully we will have our friends here in a couple days. And I will come find you when they arrive.
That sounds good. The weave is healing, by the way.
You watch as his head snaps up. You noticed.
It's one of the first things I searched for when I came close to the blast. The weave is healing.
It is why I keep an eye on it, to make sure that it does not deteriorate, but rather just continues healing.
You've done well. Master would have been proud.
He like bows low to you with a smile and a slightly watery eyes.
Well,
kind of stands.
I promise.
Go ahead.
I promise this large man a good drink and an inn rest for the night. So, I think if you could direct us to the nearest inn, we will.
Bjorn perks up at the mention of ale.
Hello.
Yes.
Well, I did promise you ale.
As I said, there are 2 locations in the town. Do you have a preference of which to go to?
Yes. Which is the closest?
That would be no, Azel Tavern. You came with the caravan. They typically stop in the market. Is that what happened with you all?
We'll say yes.
Did you pass the hall?
Who all are you talking to?
You.
So
this is Elris speaking.
Sorry.
He's like,
I was like, wait, what?
This is Elris speaking to you. He's like, did you pass the Azel Hall?
The very large someone is compensating for something building?
Political centers tend to look as such, wouldn't you agree? Azul Tavern is actually right on the other side of the road of that hall. So you went right past it. So if you leave here, go straight in the direction you were. I guess where you turned left to get here, turn right, and it'll be on your left-hand side.
Okay.
Let us away.
All right, Rabbit.
She just smiles and says, "All right. Well, it was good to meet you finally,
You as
and
well.
I look forward to talking more with you. But let us know when they have arrived, and we will remain in town."
I will come and find you.
Okay, thank you. And with that, she'll stand, bow, and wrap her arm around the big Goliath's arm and say, "Let's go."
So he'll stand and kind of guide you and walk you to the front door of the temple. And kind of, I'm just going to move you guys. So here's the hall, which I have labeled as political center because that's what it is. And here is the tavern. So I should just, let me just put you right on top of Taryn. I'm going to pull up this map because...
Who is this third player at the...
Yep.
That's
Is
me.
that Pickrin?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is
I'll be right back,
actually
guys.
to the wind.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say you
It
have
says
people in-
to the wind, but this is the only tavern map I have right now, so deal with it. Thought I have another one. I don't know where it is though. So anyway, so this is the tavern we are going to use. So front door.
Who's the orc behind the counter?
That is just the barmaid.
Okay. She carries an axe. She's scary.
That's my
Bjorn likes her.
badass Kagaz. That's one of my own characters that I played in a game. All right, Taryn, you are
Yo.
on the map. Put her where
Hey.
you think she would be.
right about there.
What class is Terran?
You
He
don't
is an
know.
elven fighter.
Elven fighter?
Or half
Okay.
elf fighter.
It's good to start with, though, that you don't know.
Fair.
Because yeah.
Fair. Would she look like a fighter though? Would I be able to look across the room and be like, that one fights?
So you two enter and you see the place is full, but it's not silent, but it's quiet. Conversations are tense and quiet. As I kind of mentioned and described to Taryn earlier, it's clear to you that there is a tenseness within the population, with the people. Looking around, this is the people's tavern. So you see a lot of, worker clothes, some noble clothes. Taryn, describe yourself. What does Taryn look like?
So she is a half elf, half high elf. She is about 5'5", very pale skin, bright red hair. Like I'm talking, yeah, there we go. Blazing red hair, brown eyes that will cut through you. They're cold. They don't give a shit who you are. She has 2 swords at her side and a crossbow on her back. She wears silver and gold armor. And looking at her, you'd be able to tell, yes, she's a fighter.
Okay.
So you guys walk in and roll me perception, both of you.
Let's see. I click on this. No, that. Yes. No. Yeah. And then I go to. Here we go.
You don't see anything.
Normal roll?
Yes.
Man, you ain't see shit.
There you go. So
Him on the other end.
Oh, yeah.
I think
He does.
Iskana
Hey,
is
baby, how you doing?
I think Iskana is still kind of thinking about her conversation. And focusing on what she's been told and where the project is and things like that. Bjorn, you walk in and you clock a non-Azul native, non-worker immediately. It's almost like you're just kind of in tune to finding anyone that is of fighting capability or not. One of these things is not like the others. You know what I mean? Like, you are looking for people that are like you, that are traveling, that are fighters. So you kind of can see her. I know there's not other tokens, but there are people kind of sitting at all these other places. Taryn, I would imagine you're at a table all by yourself.
Yes.
Kind of feet kicked up on a chair, just like sipping on an ale. But yeah, so Bjorn sees this. Iskana is kind of lost in her own world. Taryn, what have you been doing? Are you kind of people watching? Are you watching the door? What do you think she'd be doing?
People watching, but also at the same time, I'm kind of watching the door because you never know who's going to come through. She's always on high alert, and always aware of her surroundings. So she sees these two walk in.
Okay. So you do. You see Bjorn and Iskana walk in, and they do not look like anything you've seen before. Goliaths, maybe once in your entire life. Dragonborn,
Not so much.
not so much, and especially
Peter
not one
dictates
like
to his
Iskana.
computer.
So, I would like for
He
you
prefers it to typing
to
in particular.
explain what you look like. Introduce yourselves, basically, to Taryn.
Hold on one second. Elise, what were you saying?
Sorry, I'm messing with my microphone again.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like 6 foot tall and wearing. Hang on. I have a two-handed great axe. It's my favorite weapon. I love my axe. I keep it close. I wear it across my back. I've got some barbarian armor on because I'm a barbarian. It's very clear that I'm a fighter. He's got oh shit. It's got an intensity to his gaze, and he saunters. He kind of, he's like a big walker. He's got broad shoulders. They draws the attention of the crowd when he walks past, just because he's so big.
I was gonna say he's huge.
Yes, he is a Goliath.
Iskana.
He's also
a
tall.
small
Did I mention
wall.
that?
So Iskana is almost the same height as he is. She's about 6 foot, 6'2", actually, because Dragonborn tend to be tall. She's got two protruding horns coming out of the back of her head. She's very well and elegantly dressed. She radiates with personality, if that makes sense. She tends to draw eyes when she's in a room, and her skin is covered in crystalline scales. So her scales are shiny, and they're crystal scales, pretty much. And she's wearing a necklace that is on top of her clothing that seems to have a small fragment of something inside of it. And other than that, she just steps delicately. Her tail follows behind her. And she looks like a giant wingless dragon, essentially. And
So
she
you're
looks to be
shiny.
She is very shiny. She is a crystalline dragonborn. So she is actually like crystal looking. But the blue is from the underbit of her scales.
Crystal.
Yes, she is crystalline.
You make that up.
No, I did not.
That's not even metallic or normal.
No, they are a different type of dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Always gotta be special.
Says the half elf, half Goliath.
Hey, it was offered and I took it. You took a new Shirai, is what you created.
No,
Yeah,
not even a little.
a little bit because you're little friends.
And wrapped around her neck, with a chin resting on her shoulder, is a little, what looks like a rainbow feathered colored snake with little wings.
Snake.
Tina, do you have pictures to show people?
Hold on a minute.
That's
what
when that Tina
you
yelled
didn't pull
at
up
me
pictures of
about-
either one.
Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
So keep in mind,
My
these are
little
not
pony,
created by
my
me. These
little
are
pony.
found online.
By my little pony.
Okay, that's creepy looking, but I get God of War vibes on that.
Yeah, that's God of War. Yeah.
I have no idea. I just found it. It's supposed to be a Goliath.
Goliath.
It's a Goliath.
And I do have a Azel in
That
map,
one's named
so
Rio.
I'm going to pull you guys into that one.
Good.
Oh, hey. Oh, I was saying this is less fancy.
Rude.
It's all black. What do you expect?
That's just to you.
Let's say this is less
Oh.
fancy or less.
I
Or...
don't see anything.
It's because we're
That's
not
the-
there.
That's the
Yeah,
point.
you're not
There
here.
you go.
You're not here.
I see now. I can see clearly.
Did you seriously say My Little Pony?
Yeah, that's what I said in your session 0 too. It looks like My Little Pony,
She's not on My Little Pony.
but she looks. like
She kind of does, actually.
She's not on My Little Pony.
All right,
My
Starlight,
Little
calm down.
Pony.
Listen here.
Okay,
will fry
squirrel.
your
I thought I
brains.
had the ADHD. Come on, people.
Fry brains!
Focus!
Brains!
Does it sound like this is coming through my microphone or through the computer?
Tap your
Yes.
microphone 5 times.
Nope. Computer.
Computer.
Don't worry, mine's doing the same thing. And I don't know why.
Mm.
Because you were mean to it. And you kept saying My Little Pony.
That's not
So they were
mean.
mean
You
to
were being mean
you.
because you wouldn't let me sing Beyonce.
Okay, focus.
Focus.
Tina's heard the new Beyonce song.
Anyway. So,
That was a yes.
what are you guys doing?
I'm not.
Bjorn
really
instantly
sure.
recognizes, because apparently his perception is really high, the cut of another warrior. What the tables were filled, right?
Yeah, all the tables
Pretty
are filled
busy.
except for the one Taryn is at.
Yeah. So he knows no shame. He just walks right up, sits down. I need a drink. Or
Yeah,
I
go to
don't
the
do the
bar.
other. Oh, you go to the bar?
No, you can go to the bar and leave me alone.
Here we go.
Oh.
First
Here we
blood.
go.
It's going to be interesting.
Oh no.
Welcome to it.
Hey, he walked up and sat down. No.
She's gonna walk up and sit down as well.
And
What
as
the
you
hell?
two walk in and kind of make your way over to this table, you watch as a kind of stoic barmaid comes up and, well, new visitors in town? What can I get you, dears?
Look at Bjorn.
I'll have your biggest ale. Your largest ale. Ul.
Aye. We can do that. Definitely you've got the best ale of the land. Anything else? Food with that?
Nods. And just
Yes, food.
she clears her throat and just says, "Make that 2, please."
2 of the largest owls or 2 of the food?
Both.
Very well. You watch her scribble on her pad and runs off to the kitchen and hands off the order. So
We asked for a food.
while waiting for this, are you chatting or are you just waiting for your drink and food?
She's gonna say to Bjorn, "I am so not used to speaking out loud. I never had to when I was growing up. My parents and everyone else around me could just hear me."
You're saying that in his head, right? I can't hear you?
Yes. She's staring blankly forward with kind of a look of disdain on her face a little bit.
So Bjorn's just gonna just gonna boom out loud. He's just gonna say, "Talking out loud is great." Of course, you were saying it telepathically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's gonna look really weird.
You said you like speak that rather loudly.
Yes,
A
yes. I
hush-
talking out loud is
A
great.
hush comes over the tavern, and you get kind of side glances before people start chatting amongst each other again.
Okay.
I imagine this would
This guy.
rather bother the. Is it? Are you an elf?
I'm a half elf. Yes.
Half elf. I imagine this would have a reaction to the half elf. Something's wrong with this Goliath.
Yeah. I want to more so know why you're sitting at my table.
I saw a seat. I
There
sat
are
in it.
seats at the bar. Go there.
No, there aren't.
I thought there were people there. Wait, hang on,
The
DM. Are
only
there people there?
The only seats available are the two at Taryn's table.
Ah, shit.
She's sitting on one, her feet are in the other, and the rest of the place is packed. It's not
Worry
a
not.
huge
Whole place is
tavern. This
empty.
is, like I said,
True.
this is more for the townsfolk. This is a gathering place of people. So it's not massive where there's plenty of seating. So you see people and there are people standing and just kind of chit-chatting with friends, having a drink. If I load all the tokens on the screen, it'll lag everyone out, which is why I'm not doing it. So,
Understandable.
yeah,
Thank
so everything is kind of crowded and yeah.
What the hell?
Well, so mentally to Taryn, just out of nowhere, it's a soft voice. It's not loud, but it's probably going to make you jump. The Dragonborn looks you in the eyes, and you hear in your head. Sorry, it's telepathic people all around today. You hear in your head, "Please excuse my over boisterous friend, but you had the only seats available. We would like to sit if possible."
Her hand goes directly to her sword out of surprise. And she just looks back at her and goes, "What the fuck are you?"
I am a Dragonborn, and this is how I speak.
You stand out way too much to be in here.
Well, I'd prefer to sit down rather than stand.
And you thought because I had seats available that it was okay to come over here?
Oh no, that was his idea. I just followed. I'm just explaining to you why he did it.
So she's going to look over at Bjorn. I'm going to probably massacre this name.
I
Sorry.
do too, don't worry.
It just
This was
don't
an easy name.
just don't pronounce the J. It's not Bjorn.
J is a Y. Bjorn.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I don't pronounce the J, it's going to be a Born. But I'll look over at Bjorn and... Why are you here? I know why she is. Why are you?
I thirst and hunger.
Can't you stand? You weren't invited.
Jeez, I'm not sure about this. Like, Bjorn's not used to being challenged by people smaller than him. He's a little taken aback. Like, I thought, like, thinking to himself, like, thought that explanation was good enough. I'm
As
not
you
sure what to say.
I thirst and hunger. Here comes the barmaid with 2 things of ale as big as her head, and someone else behind her with a couple of platters of food, and they pop the ale and the food in front of you. Enjoy, my dears, and then heads off.
So, let's see. I am going to use, is it 1 or 2 to do this? It's a first level, wait, it's a second level spell.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna do magic?
Ooh.
Okay, so I am going to do a second level spell, and to do that, I'm going to need to spend I'm trying to look and see which part of it works. Where's the one that tells me I can, subtle spell. I'm gonna spend 1 sorcery point and cast Calm Emotion.
Aw,
let me
you
look at it real quick.
butthole.
Hold on.
Let me click that. Do you have it linked to?
I can look on your sheet. You said calm emotions, okay.
Yeah.
And verbal somatic. And then you've got
And then I didn't do
subtle
verbal
spell
somatic. Yeah, subtle spell with it.
without
So
any SRV components. Yeah, you can certainly do that. Go ahead
okay,
and click it to cast it and get
there
it
it
on.
is. Yep.
Oh, I'm so gonna stab you.
No, you're not. You're gonna be calm.
Oh, I can still stab
Alright,
you and be
so,
calm.
emotions. You
can
attempt to
calmly stab.
suppress.
I'm calm.
Calmly stab him in the head.
Okay, is there a save on this? Or is it just a charisma saving throw? Okay, here it is. Make a charisma saving throw. You can suppress any effect causing it. Okay.
You can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice, hostile or this difference ends. She's not using it offensively. She's just trying to calm the tension in the room a bit.
So roll me a charisma saving throw. Taryn.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say.
And Bjorn,
And Bjorn.
because he looks like he's about to pop off. So
He
she's
could
like,
also
"Oh."
choose to fail it if he wants, so I'll leave that up to
Yeah.
him.
I'll roll.
Okay. So charisma saving throw.
Ouch.
Charisma. So I click on the 12 or just the ability check. Oh, saving throw. I see. Normal.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Bjorn saves.
Go figure. That doesn't
Taryn
work on me.
definitely fails. So what does this look like? You don't have any verbal or somatic components to this thing to your subtle.
It's just a spell in the room. It wouldn't trigger any, like, I don't think it would look like anything. I just think it would be an area of calm is what she's trying to create. So, in other words,
To
she's
the
trying
point where
to.
I would notice that you did something.
I don't think so.
No, you
because
wouldn't notice it. That's why you failed.
Oh.
Also, you're affected by it, but you also, because she did subtle spell, there's no indication that she even did anything. There's no verbal, there's no somatic. She just her eyes may have shimmered a little bit,
Right.
but other than that, there really isn't much of anything that would be noticeable that she even had anything to do with anything. You just suddenly feel less angry about them sitting there.
And it is a rather large area, so Iskana, when you do this, you notice about 3/4, not everybody, but about 3/4 of the people within that radius, their shoulders relax, and the smiles on their faces aren't as forced.
It only lasts for a minute, but it's enough to diffuse the tension in the air is what she's attempting to do with this. It's not being used to hurt anybody.
You just don't know
So
how angry
after
she
the
always
minute's
is.
up, does she know she's been spelled, though?
It doesn't say.
I was gonna say, because I go from feeling less angry to all of a sudden, hey, it's back.
I mean,
But
it
that's
lasts a minute, and the creature becomes hostile again.
If it
when
was hostile.
ends, if it was hostile.
But here's the thing is, in a minute, do you just kind of brush off the fact they're sitting there is what she's doing.
Oh, okay. That's what you're aiming for. Okay.
Yeah, she's aiming to calm you down from being angry that they're sitting there.
Right. It's kind of like, don't be mad, we're here.
And if you do calm down, then you won't be hostile again when the spell ends. It's just, okay, you're here, whatever, F you, but...
That's kind of what I'm at, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's kind of like, whatever.
It's like a calming breath. It's like, okay, I can't control this. I can't kill them. Okay, bye.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. She's just trying to diffuse the situation before it escalates and we have a fight.
Aww.
I mean, if you want to fight the Goliath, go right ahead. But
I don't know what he'd do for so 5'5" half elf.
Well, you all are deciding whether or not Taryn and Bjorn are going to kill each other. Let's go back up to Discern.
Oh, you think we should?
I do, because this way you can kind of consider your actions. So, we return to where Joden, Shock, and Koa are. You all are kind of just meeting Captain Rishev. He turns to Joden, nods with respect, pulls a coin pouch out of his bag, and puts it in his hand, and says, "Come see me before you leave, and I will provide you with 10 healing potions. We've only got some basic ones left after the battle last night, but it's better than nothing.
Anything you can give would be greatly appreciated.
We've got you covered." And he kind of puts a hand out to shake
Shake his hand.
and turns to leave and leaves you with Koa and Shock. And the rest of your crew have kind of gone off to help the caravans unload and pack up what they need.
Do their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys were fighting necromancers too?
What? I don't remember fighting anything. Did we fight something?
No, we found.
Oh, the foot. Okay, we found a foot.
Oh, you weren't fighting them. You just found evidence of them. Okay.
Well, I was hunting, and my friend here was hunting as well for other items. I hunted the necromancer who was an assistant to Darvis. His name's Leo, but he was captured in a town not far from here.
What'd they do to him?
What?
What did they do to him?
They beheaded him?
Oh, okay. One less necromancer to worry about.
Did not work out well for him.
Yeah, he said something weird before they... Wait, no, never mind. That was Darvis.
But his horses were actually very nice. But that's how we got the idea to come down this way. You know, we seek adventure.
Besides for Kova telling us.
Well, my friend, I think you're going to have plenty of it before the future is out.
That's good. The ladies like a good story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Have you noticed a lot of graves dug up around here?
Yes, we noticed a lot. We also noticed creatures coming out of the graves on their own.
Fascinating. What kind of creatures?
Skeletons, mostly.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
No, interesting is not a word I would call for it. Terrifying
DM?
would be a word that.
Have Shock and I seen the skeletons arise yet, or no?
I don't remember any
No.
skeletons.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, so this is news to us.
Because what Shock found was the scent of the wagon that had been there.
Ah, and the clue's foot. That's right. It was a foot, and it was our clue.
And lunch, apparently.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I gotta
Sorry.
We aren't talking about that. Yes. Well, so how do you kill the skeletons? I haven't figured that out yet.
Beat up on them. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Take their head if you can. That puts them down for good.
Feed them a bomb?
Beat up on them.
Oh.
You beat them up.
Right up Shock's alley.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I think I've heard about this. Yeah, it'd be hard to, like, you gotta hit them hard with something. They're like arrows that go right through them. I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
When was that?
You've seen skeletons?
Well, you know, things decay in the forest all the time.
You shoot arrows. This is news to me.
Hey, we all have to practice. But yes, beat up on the skeleton. That's what I hear. Turn into dust.
Joden, you would remember during the battle that once you made the headshots.
Yeah,
Once the head
that's what I said. Take their heads, and it drops them down permanently.
Oh, gotcha. I missed that. I'm sorry.
Do try and keep up.
I'm sorry. I'm a slacker. I know.
Gosh. Do they only come out at night or during the day or?
No, they seem to shrink away in the light. They only come out at night, but they're just as active as we would be in the daytime. They're not as fast, but they are just as active as any person is. At least the ones I saw.
And they've still been coming up since y'all killed Darvis?
No.
Oh.
No, since we got rid of him, all the ones that were still up were taken down, and no more have come up.
Now
that's good to know.
Yeah, we took care of his apprentice Leo, who was delivering the wine to Stalingrad or whatever the other city was. Do we know if there were other wine routes or other apprentices?
Well, about the only thing I can say to that is, he said if you kill him, someone will take his place.
So y'all don't know any other apprentices?
I didn't hear of any other apprentices.
Did you even know about Leo?
I did not.
Oh. Shocked there's more. The game's afoot.
Ah, good. Another foot.
Another foot. We have to find the other foot.
That would help me. I still have the shoe.
Don't tell me you're still hungry.
No, I left the foot. I have the shoe.
Don't eat the shoe.
Of course not. It's evident. I'm not an idiot.
Never said you were, my friend.
Oh. Yeah, I knew that.
When do we leave?
As soon as they finish packing up the wagons and getting everything ready, we'll head out.
We have our wagon. You can just hop on with us. Or is there somebody else coming?
Oh no, there's the group here's. I gotta go talk to the captain real quick before we go.
I forgot.
You go ahead and go.
Had their own. You guys have a wagon and a horse, right?
Yeah, I rode the horse and he's in the wagon.
Okay.
All right. So I'll go see the captain.
I be the wagon, she dragon.
So, yeah, they would have let the wagon in because it was empty, other than Shock. So, yeah, Rishev is kind of just speaking with his guards about patrolling and stuff like that when you approach.
Rishev, we're gonna head out.
So soon, but not that I'm complaining.
Yeah, we wanna get on the road and try to find some more direction on where to go with this.
He nods, and he picks up a crate, and you hear it kind of jingle a little bit. These are the healing potions. It's a small crate, more like a cigar box, because these are small, regular healing potions. And he hands that over. And are you walking, or how are you?
We're taking their wagon.
Oh, okay, that's great. Well, if you're going to Ozil, this might be safest there. Okay. The papers that we took from the house.
Yes.
Can you bring it to the Temple of Ozil?
Absolutely.
I've got a friend there, Elris. He will keep it safe, and I'll send him a message to expect you. It'll probably take you a couple days to get there. I'm looking at the map now, like, wait, how long is it going to take?
Okay, real quick, hang on. How do I start a journal entry?
I'll make you one.
Okay.
If anyone wants a journal, let me know, and I'll make you one.
Yes, please.
Alright, you got one, Thomas?
Yep.
And it's going to be under the players folder.
What's the guy's name again?
Captain Rishev.
No, the guy
Where
in
is
Elris.
Azil. Elris.
Elvis.
Elvis is not dead.
This is why I don't have my camera on.
He just went back home.
Alright, Taryn, you've got a log now as well.
This is why I want you to turn off.
Let me see. That's 125.
Elvis in the Temple of Assholes.
Oh, God.
Elvis was a nice guy, except when he wasn't.
He died on the Temple of Assholes.
So it'll take you 3 to 4 days to get down there.
Okay.
What if we found another horse?
That's just standard speed.
Oh, okay.
Because either way, the horses would have to work harder. I mean, if you ask honestly, you can probably get another horse for Joden. This way, Joden has a horse, Koa has a horse, and then Shock is in the wagon.
Well, because we only have one horse, and it's me and Shock.
Right.
And so
Yeah, let me get a horse.
Okay. You're easily provided with one.
Okay.
Basic riding horse.
Yeah.
Hey DM, I wrote in my notes, quote unquote, pedal sets. I don't know why I wrote that.
Pedal sets?
Yeah, PEDOLSETSK. And then next to a grave dug up empty in the cemetery.
Oh, that was the body that was missing.
That was a name?
Yes.
Oh. I've been sitting here for hours trying to figure that out.
You know, you wanted a name, so I pulled up a random name for you. You got to make up on the spot, man, on the spot. All right. So, we are Joden, Koa, and Shock. You three make your way out of Desaren and south towards Azul.
Desaren.
Hey.
To the temple.
So, I would like to, is the road like very roady, or is it like through forest? Is it like,
Oh my God, that's a raccoon. Sorry.
well, you know what I mean? Like, is it like is it like a Roman paved type thing, or
No.
is it like, okay, it's
It's
very
more-
rustic.
Yeah, it's rustic. It's road in the way that it is traveled a lot. So
Okay.
there's like a clear path just from people constantly traveling that same road. But there is no
Sweet.
cobbled road or anything like that between these two towns.
On the way, whenever we stop to like eat or like sleep or something, I'm gonna be looking for like medicinal herbs or like things that are edible along the way,
Okay.
just to collect.
Roll me investigation, please.
Investigation?
Investigation, yes.
Not like nature or survival or
think we
even
could do nature.
medicine.
You could do
Okay.
nature.
I have a magnifying glass. I can assist with a magnifying glass.
There we go.
Right.
You don't need that though.
See what I find.
Now, what are you looking for? You said you're looking for.
Okay, so like a small list of what I'm looking for is edibles. So for like just to cook at night, so like I could make stews and stuff, or just things that we can eat raw.
Right.
I'm also looking for medicinal plants. I like pipe weeds. I like anything that could be low key used to help people. And then I think that's what I mean. If I don't think I know much about like poisons and stuff, not really what I'm looking for.
Yeah. All right.
Just
You have. Let me see your.
How many
You have
health
herbalism.
potions did we get, Thomas?
10.
what did you ask if I had?
No, I was looking at your proficiencies. So you do have proficiency in an herbalism kit. So with you, with your skill set, I would say you are able to find enough edibles, as in berries, flowers, plants.
Sure, wild carrots, things like that.
Right. Things that you guys can kind of munch on the journey. I would say when you guys stop for the night, one or both, Koa and Joden could look for deer or rabbit or something along those lines, to get some meat in the diet on the journey. And as far as medicinal herbs, are you talking more like making a poultice, or are you talking about collecting herbs to like make healing potions later on?
I have not gone down that far. Just
Okay.
things that like I would say for RP purposes, like teas and salves and
Yeah.
things like that. For now, I'll
Yeah.
look into the other stuff though.
Yeah, so something like a poultice where you could put oil and the herbs together and
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm looking for a nice cologne to make eventually.
I think that you would be able to easily find something
You can talk to
akin
Elise about-
to
about-
aloe,
about-
like some aloe leaves, and you'd also be able to find plants that you would recognize as something like a fever reducer.
Okay.
Something that would
Sounds
help
good.
with that. I don't know off the top of my head what that is.
And if
Sadly.
you really want to make something
I
that
would
smells
say
good,
something
talk
that's
to
like
Elise.
like an anti-inflammatory kind of properties. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So just kind of make a note somewhere
I got it. Don't
that
worry
you
about it.
have
Aloe leaves and a fever reducing
yeah. So you've
plant.
got aloe,
like,
aloe leaves, and you have enough plant for fever reducing for one person.
And then okay. And then only about one night's worth of food to help feed us. Okay, sounds
No,
good.
I think you could pick up throughout your 4 days of journey, because I think especially with your skill set, that's something that you can pick up really easily. Finding berries and flowers and wild carrots and things like that you could easily recognize and that you could eat. You're used to finding things like that. So on your journey, you're very easily able to find those things, but it's really enough just to kind of stave off between your bigger meals. It's more snacking food.
Sounds good.
So let me roll. You know what? Someone roll me. One of you three. Roll me a D100.
Elise.
I got it. D1. 52.
Nice and down the middle.
Okay. Yeah. So it takes you about 3.5 days to get to Azel. What do you do on your journey? Do you discuss? Do you learn? You don't even have to role play it if you just want to say, hey, I told blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Because you've got 3.5 days.
I recount the battle that we went through with the necromancer.
Oh man, I am glued to any story that you tell. I am fascinated. Like literally just like I like stop what I'm doing. Like I'll be chewing on some carrot and then you'll be talking and then like chunks will fall out of my mouth as I just like I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we'll compare notes on all of this, and then definitely pay attention to the skeletons or like undead that he's
I have
spoken
a
of.
I tell a lot of stories where I maybe start talking about how I was in the forest and I came across these like weird footprints or big beast footprints, and then but then I got scared and I decided to go in the opposite direction. And so a lot of my stories sound like I'm about to tell you this really heroic, crazy beast-like tale, and then I was like, fuck that.
I'm
Uh,
alone.
Bravely brave Sir
yeah.
Robin
What kind of
reports
shit
we
happened?
have.
Yeah, I would say that is arguably accurate in some cases. Um, so yeah, but like I just wanna but I might have like a time or two of helping Koa though. A couple of I might like chime in to her stories.
Okay.
But I also am an open book. So like it's sort of like when we talk, I get well, the more I get comfortable with you, I'd say like as the journey continues, I probably get chitty chatty a little bit more.
And you get to realize that Joden is very straightforward with his thoughts and who he is and what he does and what he believes in, and he's not hiding anything, or he's not doing this for. This is going to sound bad compared to something you said earlier, but he's not doing this for the money.
Hmm.
I mean, he is doing it for the money, but
More
not
for
just
us?
the money. Oh no, I'll take my fair share.
Well, so
But stupid.
I'm cool with
Much.
informing you a little bit about like my story. Basically like, I needed to come out of the woods. I had been in there for 60 odd years or something. And I need to like gain some adventure and some stories because soon I need to like go home and mate. You know what I'm talking about? Make some babies. And
Thank
so
you,
I
my
have
lad.
led a pretty boring life. And so that is like what brought me to like learning how to be a bounty hunter from Koa. I was like, she told me your stories and I was like instantly drawn. So now you're telling me your stories. And so I'm gonna be like a kid who just met a really cool person. I'll like start to pick up a little of your mannerisms.
So I have a question. When Joden tells the story of him decapitating Darvis, is he like pretending to hold the head up high? Like, how is he telling this story?
Oh, he actually tells that part of the story with a little bit of little bit of distaste.
Okay.
He says, yeah, and when we figured out that the skeletons, you take their heads, we figured it would. I figured it would work just as well with the necromancer. So when I got the chance, I took his head, and he kind of shakes his head when he says it, and you could tell it bothers him.
Right. Fair enough.
But yeah, he's not like me man. He's not doing any of that shit.
With I will say with Koa asking very specific questions about the undead and everything, there's like you catch like an intense curiosity and almost like desire or thirst for knowledge, and you get the idea that there's something driving her that's not just money related.
Okay.
And I'm not even sure Shock is really aware of what it is. But
Doc is not aware of a lot of things.
Well, that's
and there's nothing wrong with that.
But is he in awe of things?
Always, which is why he might get a little distracted. Like it could be the sky, it could be just something else going on. I'm pretty. It was once a butterfly. So.
That makes sense.
He gets distracted. I didn't notice.
Wandered off. Yeah.
So, your journey is fairly uneventful, other than Shock suddenly taking on some of Joden's mannerisms, oddly enough. The smirk looks a little odd on a turtle face, but they make do. you are. Let's get our map of Azul up again. Where is it? It is there. Alright. So you all arrive at Azul. And you are coming from the north. That's everybody, yeah.
There's no gate.
There is, you just can't see it.
Okay.
This is basically a military area. So, coming from Deseren to Azul, now, Jodin would know this journey already. He's done it multiple times. Half of that journey, if not more than, is through the neutral zone. There are basically no towns, no settlements. It's just kind of almost a no man's land. Once you kind of get to the edge of that no man's land, you're basically hitting this wall. This kind of corner of Azul is all military. This is all guards, all military. They protect this border with everything they have.
Okay.
The one we're approaching currently?
Yes, because you're coming from the north, which is Magia, and you're heading into Shadowside, which is the non-magic area. So they want to keep complete and total control, everything that they can control from coming in through that wall. As you approach, as the others have when coming to Azul, halt! Who goes? Jodin.
Jareth, how are you, my brother?
You come with friends?
Oh, yes, these are some new companions of mine.
Half drunk into my shell a little.
No.
Are they trustworthy?
I believe so.
Have you heard the news?
Which news? And then I'll tell you if I have or not.
Deseren.
I was there.
They nod as if kind of expecting that. Very well. And you hear like a slam. Almost like a staff hitting the ground. And two big stone doors open in front of you three. And you're allowed to travel in and
how loud is it?
It's someone taking basically like stone to stone. Like it's not like an explosive sound. It does echo though. So it's just loud enough for the people below them to hear it.
Okay. All right.
So open the doors, open the doors, open the doors.
Okay, so it's expected.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you are allowed in. Jodin knows the way. Thomas doesn't. But it's basically this path here. I mean, let's be honest. So, I mean, you guys would basically just come in here. And this whole area, it is very protected. You know, if someone comes in, they're surrounded by all sides, by military and guard. Ow! Remy.
Demi, or DM, you made me say Demi. Okay.
I like it.
Do they not like magic here? It seems like the magia side is more defended against.
Shadowside is the side of the continent where people were sent. This is basically where your camps were of the non-magic people. They exiled any people that did not have magic. So when the war happened, it was actually the non-magic people fighting against the magic people to have their own livelihoods, to have their own cities, their own towns.
Have their own rights.
Yeah, and Azul was originally, and you will learn this is why I'm explaining it now, is because you will learn this like as you get to the town and as you speak to people. Azul was a location that was a healing station. There were healers' tents, healers, clerics, paladins, children, the elderly, the sickly were kind of in this area of the shadow side. And one of the mages was like, "Oh, I've got this," basically, and dropped a massive fireball on them.
Oh.
Which is that big black spot. So they leave it there for remembrance of those they lost, for a reminder of why they fear.
So would I get a hint of them not trusting magic users?
Not unless you cast magic in front of them. Because you're not obviously magical.
Can I roll a history check to see if I would know that about this?
Yeah.
Probably not. It's an 8.
Judging from the attitudes in Magia, you would understand that there is some hostility on both sides. The Magia don't trust the non-magic. Therefore, the non-magic don't trust the magic. But to what extent, you don't know.
Okay. I'll just see if my kind turtle friend notices the hostilities, and if not, point it out telepathically.
What happened?
So yeah, you guys are free to move your tokens. I think that
I'm gonna stay real close to Koa, and maybe Joden, depending on his.
remind me, is Joden from Azel?
I don't think so.
Pull up your history here.
I don't remember if we decided he was or not.
No, yeah, born in Azel.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Because the family's the
Tradespeople.
The trade people.
So, being from Azel, I think you would recognize the name Elris as being the odd elf that studies the site of the explosion. Because he's really the only one that is insistent on keeping an eye on this site. So you would know that he could be found here.
What time of day is it?
I'd say so 3.5 days is basically what I said. So you're looking at afternoon, evening. So 3,
okay, so
4
I've
o'clock.
still got time to go over there before too late.
Yes.
Okay. All
and
right.
we could just kind of assume you guys go in there. And there is a half-elf young lady at the reception desk again. Kind of glances up. And you would recognize this as Sammy. Just kind of a girl in town. About your age. Not really like best of friends, but known in passing like you do most of the people around your age in town. And her head would kind of look up and smile to greet like somebody, but you know her. Her face is tense and the smile is forced, and her eyes are like there's a clear worry, a concern there. But it passes in just a moment as she sees you. Joden! Oh, you're back. Hey. You were in Deseret, weren't you?
I was.
You are well. How are the others? Is everybody okay?
Everyone is fine. At least they were when I left the caravan. We helped out in Deseret and helped put down everything that was going on up there. And what's the captain's name? Rishev. Captain Rishev asked me to bring these papers to Elris.
I'll get them. I'll get them right away. I'm just so glad you're okay. The word has spread throughout the city and everybody's on edge. So it's good to see a familiar face. I'll be right back. And
we'll be here.
She runs off and gets Elris, and you watch them kind of speak lowly, and you know of him, but you don't know him. And the same for him. Like, he's heard of your family, but he's not like, oh, I know you. Yes, Sammy here says that you have something for me from Captain Rishev. Are you Joden?
I am Joden.
Very well. Okay, he has some papers that he wants me to keep safe, correct?
He has something he wanted you to look over and keep safe.
Did you bring it inside, or did you leave it in
Oh,
the
yeah.
cart?
I brought it with me.
Okay, so you are carrying. I mean, you're strong enough, so you're carrying like this massive crate that is just filled with books and papers and all sorts of more like a trunk actually, maybe even dragging it. And he'll lead you kind of into his back little cramped office. And he'll kind of push it under his desk so it's out of sight.
Okay.
Thank you, my son. It's this
Absolutely.
Please do not tell anyone that you've brought this to me. The idea is to keep it in a place that hopefully those people, he kind of looks at you knowingly, won't know to find the notes. I'm to research it and see if I find any connections, any starting points for you and your team, from what I understand.
Yes, the three of us so far are going to at least start a hunt for more of those people.
I have a request, if you would humor me.
Oh, what's the request?
I have a friend, a pupil of my own teacher, or a great friend of mine, actually. She is in town with a Goliath friend of hers, and is also interested in trying to stamp this out. I would like you to meet with her. You don't have to take her with you necessarily, as I've told her, don't do this just because I'm asking. See if it's a good fit, see if you all would be willing to travel together. I would be able to send any information on these notes that I get straight to her instead of having to send it to Rishev to send to you and risk people that shouldn't know what I'm doing finding out.
Fair enough. I'll be more than happy to talk to her.
Fantastic. Her traveling companion is a Goliath, as I said, a rather large man. They're at the Azul Inn. And let me
Okay.
I told her that I would bring you to her, a little presumptuous of me, and he'll start walking you out.
Okay. Walk with him.
So, back 4 days at the Azul.
Time
We're
travel.
almost there. We're almost there. We've almost got everybody together. So we've got let's get the inn up again. The not as fancy inn, I'm sorry. So the spell ends. You're kind of just like, as this spell hits you, you're more uncaring of their presence than actually aggravated or hostile about it. When that calmness fades, do you think she would kind of keep that just nonchalant, uncaring?
You would see it in her face. She'd realize what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, yeah, she would just kind of be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just go back to her drink and ignore them. Because they're going to be there whether she wants it or not.
Right. And so you guys get your ale, you get your food, and you get an inn, or a room at the inn for the night. What do you do over the next few days? You notice that the board, the job board, is rather bare. Very atypical. It doesn't even look like anything's been posted to be torn down or anything. It's just there's no jobs available at the moment. So what do you do over the next few days?
Let's see.
I do everything I possibly can to keep my Goliath friend from getting bored.
We're supposed to add another 50
Good
gold
call,
after we
man.
got here
Good
because we
call.
finished getting paid, right?
Yes,
So I'm sitting on 160 gold. I don't know if that's a lot. Is that a
it
lot
is.
of gold?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good bit.
Okay, so not too worried about money then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know
What
I
are some
have.
options? Like I'm new to this. What are some options that can be
Fighting
done?
pit.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So basically it's like downtime. So consider yourself like you a tourist. Like you're in a town you've never been to. You are basically waiting on a contact to reach out to you. It might be a couple days, might be 3 or 4 days. What would you want to do? Would you want to check out the market? Would you want
Fight,
to check out the
fight.
Can I train?
political? Yeah, you
Can I
can train.
train and raise a skill
Yeah,
or
what do
something?
you tell me what you want to raise a skill in, and then we can do some rolls.
Two-handed great axe proficiency. Well, obviously it's a great axe. It's two-handed, so I'll just say great axe proficiency.
You would already have that.
Can I improve it though?
Don't really go up to expertise when it comes to weapon proficiencies.
How about javelin? Or would I have to train something that I don't know?
It's more training something you don't know, because things that you know you already have proficiency in.
Okay, so I
And
don't have a shield. Could I train block?
you're trained in shields.
Oh, I
Yeah.
am trained
Like
in
if you
shields.
look at your front page of your character sheet, weapon proficiency, simple and martial weapons. So that's pretty much all weapons.
Wait, is that... I'm looking in inventory. Is that attributes?
Yeah, attributes. So on the front page on the right side, if you scroll
Okay,
down,
simple weapons, martial weapons. Okay,
light
I see.
armor, medium armor, shields, smith's tools, land vehicle. So training would be more like you could learn a new language, you can learn a new kit, like a new tool, artisan tools. So you're already proficient in smith's tools. You could start working on wood carving or woodworking or leather working. Or I would
Oh.
allow one of your actual skills like acrobats, arcana, deception, something you're not already proficient in.
How would I train deception? That sounds like it could come in handy.
Deception,
You learn to lie.
basically, but
Do I play poker?
deception is best trained with someone already skilled in it. Is Iskana skilled in deception?
Yes.
There you go. So
Let's-
Iskana, you can
yeah.
work with him on hiding tells. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So over the next couple days, you can kind of teach him that, and then in return, you can learn something from him. And I will get you guys to roll for that.
Oh, for the great axe.
A sorcerer with a great axe. Oh my god.
That would be actually kind of cool.
That would be very interesting.
But you could do languages. So Bjorn is proficient in Giant.
Oh, I do not know giant.
Jag vill ha bort i Norge.
Ironically,
It's
I'm
technically
proficient
Norwegian.
in giant.
So yeah, I would actually, while helping you with deception, she would want you to teach her giant.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, you betcha, eh?
God.
Oh
Okay,
no.
Canadian.
Is
That's
Giant
Canadian.
Canadian? Like, where did we get this? How did this become the thing? I mean,
Bunch of Canucks, don't you know?
oh no.
Listen, boy, this is what we're gonna do, eh? We're gonna go over here, do this thing over there, and then
We gotta go see them. Go park the car.
park the car, you know.
Oh God.
Oh no. What have we started?
And then we'll just finish up the day, go for a walk.
Or are they from Quebec, Canada, and then they're kind of Frenchy?
Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Oui, not in my car.
Bonjour, eh?
Oh God. Oh God. No.
Bonjour, eh?
Alright.
All right.
Uh,
So, let me. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how to do proficiencies. Let's do this. So you've got 3
like my
days.
way.
Let's do 1 roll per day. I want Bjorn to make me. Make me a charisma check. And start there.
Let's see. Ability check.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Normal.
Yes.
All right. Charisma going.
Okay. Make me 1 more.
Ah, shoot. No, I can do this. Normal.
Much better.
Very well. Now make me a deception check.
Ooh. Hang on. Close that. Open this. Open that. Deception. Normal.
Ooh. So the first,
Lines up.
over the 3 days, you are kind of getting into your personality, how you appear to others, how your body, like your facial reactions when you're saying things, whether truth or lies or what have you. And
I'm kind of clumsy.
on that 3rd day, you're like, yeah, I got this. And you are just on it. And then you try, and Iskana is just like... So, what did... Tell me what lie he tried to tell.
Oh, geez. What kind of lie was I trying to talk about? I was really bad at it, so it would have had to been something like...
Talk about the rabbit's foot.
How proficient I am at casting magic.
Okay.
Does that line up?
Yeah, that would definitely line up, especially with that roll. So Iskana, how would you react to that?
He's talking about how proficient he is at casting magic, and she just kind of smiles a little bit and leans in, puts her head on the shoulder, pats his back, and says, "You'll have to show me sometime, dear. You'll have to show me sometime. But for now, about that giant, I want to learn this language, and I'm trying."
All right. And I'm going to find the actual way to track this later. So I'm just going to record your rolls so I have them.
And Gunslinger, she's trying to do the best she can to keep your head on high, and so she tries to do the best she can to keep him happy and flexing
And proud of himself, yeah.
And proud of himself. She tries.
Good giant.
It's
Goliath.
It's her job. She has self-appointed, as long as you're with her, to keep you feeling like you can crush an army, so that when the time comes, you actually can.
So is Bjorn convinced that he's good at deception, or is he aware that he failed?
Roll me insight.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Insight is basically looking at someone and trying to see if they're lying, I think he's not overly confident. He is not perfect in reading Iskana. Dragonborn's facial expressions are typically rather difficult to read. But the subject matter and the fact that it's the first time he's really trying, I think he's kind of like, yeah, I'll try something easier next time. You know what I mean? Like, he knows he kind of shot for the stars on that first try. So, Iskana wants to learn Giant. So, are you looking to learn conversationally, or are you looking to learn to have kind of like a secret language for talking about sensitive subjects?
Conversationally.
Okay. So, what do you think, Bjorn, what do you think the first kind of words... Is it like the I have to use the bathroom, I need a beer, kind of like you learn in Spanish in school? Donde está el baño?
I would probably start with like the basic greetings
Okay.
and
Hello, my name is.
Mhm.
I'd probably take it seriously. Like, okay, if you were stuck in giant land in the mountains and you
What
needed
would
to
help?
talk, this is what you would need to know.
All
I
right.
Walk
don't
up to
have
the-
much of a sense of humor, so I would just be like, I'm not pranking you. I'm just gonna actually try to teach you something useful.
So,
Here's what you need to know. Walk up to the first largest person there, punch him in the face, and say, "So now I need."
Now I get your food.
all right. So, Iskana, I need an intelligence check, please. Okay. One more.
Dice, don't piss me off.
Oh.
Okay, dice. Tina, I can't change my dice because you don't have anything for me to
I know.
change.
I'm sorry. Let's see. What would be good stat for? What do you think? History for languages? Because I want to do 2 abilities and 1 skill.
Performance.
No, that's charisma. That's kind of like fake it till you make it. I don't want to do that one. I don't wanna. Nature,
investigation.
almost?
Investigation?
Are you just telling me what you're proficient in?
No, she's not proficient in investigation.
I think we could go with investigation because that's kind of like you can be studying how he's speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not too bad. So, not perfect. I think you get like your first greeting down and you try the second and you just get kind of tongue-tied. Like every time you try it, for some reason, you just can't get this one word that Nat 1 decided you couldn't say. But you do get at least one of the respectful greetings down.
Okay.
So if you meet someone and you want to speak in giant, you can greet them respectfully.
Did she
Sweet.
perhaps also say like, I don't speak much giant?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
I
Because
rolled a
you
1.
said you were doing greetings, so we're going to focus on that.
Oh, I see.
But the rest of the time that we're not fully embedded in doing that, I'm going to be basically going along the memorial site and feeling out the weave there
Mhm.
and attempting to help aid in its recovery, even though it's really doing it naturally, just to ensure that, help Elris out.
Roll me Arcana.
Don't roll a 1 again, damn it. I swear.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
Wait, you can roll over a 20?
Yeah. Because a nat 20 on the dice is that you're rolling a 20 on the dice, and then you're still adding your bonuses. So, like here, Iskana can roll as high as a 25. Because it would be the 20 plus 3 plus 2.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, with the 23, you feel the weave. You feel kind of those frayed edges. You try to kind of help that healing process, and it doesn't help. It hurts.
Okay.
It starts like actually reversing a little bit.
Yikes. Okay, well, she'll stop.
Yeah, in the same, it's not like you lost 5 years of healing or anything like that. It kind of reversed in the same speed it was healing. So, yeah, as soon as you notice that, you can stop and be like, okay, no damage done.
Yeah, that's exactly what she'll do.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so Taryn, what are you doing over these 3 days?
I'm going to go check out the craftsman district because I'm assuming that there's a blacksmith there.
Yep.
And just see what weapons are available. And when she's not there, she's just... Is there training grounds? I didn't see anything on the map, so...
No, Okay, well, no. There are training grounds, but they are for the military and guard of Azel. They're not open to public.
Better fighter than them.
As far as weapons go, you find your standard daggers, short swords, long swords, arrows, armor. Nothing
up to the quality that I'm come to
nothing-
expect.
Exactly. Nothing like your father used to make.
So once I'm done kind of shopping and figuring out that it's not crap quality, but crap quality to me.
Yeah. It's not up to your standards.
To me.
It's not up to your standards.
I'm just gonna kind of just go off to the side away from like any like buildings or anything and just kind of run through the motions with my sword, just kind of keep skills up, kill time, since I can't kill anybody else.
Good Lord, you're violent.
Hi, welcome to me. I'm a murder
hobo. We will get to the murder hoboing. We're just not there yet. I have to get you all in one freaking room first.
Yes, I am a murder hobo, just FYI.
So
what is a murder hobo?
A murder hobo
that,
means that
kill.
everything they
To
see,
kill
they
anything
want to
that
kill.
moves.
Oh, wow.
Elise is a murder hobo.
Yes.
I know that from
campaign.
personal DM experience.
Yes,
I was
very
her
much.
first DM, and she definitely came into her own murder hobo-ness.
So it's your fault. Got it.
No.
Great. So now we know who to blame.
That cop still coming out of her. She tried to police the fucking thing. Is so funny.
All right, so Iskana and Bjorn, when you're practicing giant, are you kind of in the dining room? Are you walking around town? Where do you think you would be doing that?
Probably where he could get drinks while doing it.
Okay, so yeah, in the dining room.
tavern.
So I think Taryn would have noticed, one, that they're kind of sticking around because you all are all kind of staying in the same place. And two, you said you speak giant, so you're going to understand what he is saying
or trying to say.
Well, he speaks it, she doesn't.
Oh, that's true.
So he is trying to teach her, so you understand what she's trying to say. But you watch them kind of they're teaching each other. So if there's nothing else over those next few days, correct?
I would say it'd just be uneventful.
Yeah. Just kind of going through the motions. Now, you are approached about being in town. Yeah, we're almost done. You're approached about being in town by the guards that you've been here for a while. Typically the cutoff's 3 days. Iskana and Bjorn, very easily get spoken by Elris that, you're waiting on someone to come in. And I think you would hear that, Taryn. You watch the guards come in, and they kind of pull all three of you together, because you all have kind of been in town the same amount of time, and they're like, hey, so due to recent events, we need to limit how long non-Azel citizens stay in town. From what I understand, you all have been here for a few days now, and we're kind of reaching that limit.
Please talk with Elris.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay. I have to double check.
She's just like, please speak with Elris. He said he would vouch for us if it became an issue.
Elris? Oh, very well. Up at the temple. Okay. We can do so. And you? Taryn?
I'm with them. I'm trying to get in with them so I don't get kicked out.
Okay. I will go speak with Elris then. Thank you for your time. We'll be back in a bit. And they head out. Go ahead.
Sorry. I have a 4-mile range on this. The telepathic thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to connect with Elris and just let him know that the redheaded one is with us, if they ask.
Okay. So yeah, they speak with Elris. And actually, let's say he meets them halfway while he's walking down with Joden, Shock, and Koa. These three I vouch for, as well as the 3 at the that tavern. Yeah. Those 3 as well. Are you sure, Yes. Sorry, I'm old. Will you give me a break? I'm sorry. And they chuckle and walk off. And Elris comes in, and he leads. Grab our right people here. Oh my god, you're so tiny. Oh my god.
So how?
Oh my God.
What time of day is it?
We're gonna say, yeah, it's afternoon. So
And then is
four-ish.
it busy?
Not yet.
Or is that?
It's
Okay,
pretty
that-
light. You know, people are
Okay.
kind of just getting off work, or looks like
Sounds
they're getting
good.
ready for the fast. So Elris walks in and sees you 3, and he approaches Iskana and is so friend?
Apparently, friend.
Okay. The more the merrier. Joden, come on over. This is the young lady I was telling you about. This is Iskana, and this is Björn, her friend, and this is
Someone who was trying just to stay in town.
So I don't have to vouch for you very well.
Hell, I'd give her another day just for saying that.
Very well. All right, well, Joden and Iskana, this is, I guess, the team he has so far. From what I understand, Rishev gave him some healing potions, some gold, so you all can start your journey. I will vouch for you all one more night, pay for your rooms here, just to kind of save you the little bit of gold that we were able to pay you for this journey. But the gods be with you. It's gonna be a hard journey, but I have faith, I have trust in you all.
Safe hours.
He nods and he heads out.
She gets up and gives him a big hug before he gets out of range.
He gives her a little kiss on the temple.
Aww.
No.
Happy Dragonborn.
So, Joden, you walk in and you see what was described earlier. You see a rather large Goliath, a crystal dragonborn, which you have never seen.
Never even heard of one of those.
Nope. You've seen dragonborn coming from Naste.
Right.
Just kind of part of the trade route, but gemstone dragonborns, especially pure ones, because she does not look like a hybrid of any type. She looks like a pure
blood.
Right. That is beyond rare. Goliaths are rather rare as well. Koa kind of threw you off guard. She's hybrid. You know, she is a mixed race Goliath, which I don't think anybody's ever seen. Not that they don't exist, they just keep to themselves.
Right.
So you've kind of got yourself this ragtag group of oddities, if you will. But yeah, you are introduced to these two and an apparent hanger-on. And the floor
I'm
is
just gonna
yours.
go to the bar.
So she just kind of pats her throat, taps her head, and points at your head.
Me?
Yep.
I just kind of look at her funny, like, huh?
And you hear a soft voice. This is how I speak. Don't
You
be
see
alarmed.
you see a look on his face, like, whoa. He doesn't freak out. He's just like, the look on his face is like, I've heard of this, but never experienced it. This is pretty freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
She just smiles. This is how I generally speak. My voice gets worn out really easily if I spend too much time vocalizing. Plus, I find this has a nice air of privacy.
Definitely nowhere you can be overheard. And I say that out loud.
She just grins. So what mission are we being assembled for? Exactly.
Well, we are. We're going on a hunt.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes, I'm saying this out loud.
Are we with him at the
Yes.
table?
Yeah. I mean, if you guys walked up with Elvis,
I waved you guys over. If y'all want to come over, come over. If you don't, be wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm once my person that vouched for me to stay in town one more night left, I walk over to the bar to go get a drink. I'm not part of that group.
Okay. You can move your token. We'll just say
Where
the
is
bar's
the
over
bar?
here. I don't know.
I was gonna say, where is the bar?
I don't have a bar
Yeah.
here. I have to redo this map.
So after we walked in, I just sort of started wandering off, and
yeah,
I
Shock's
kinda,
just like Koa will tell me later.
yeah. So I'm just sort of.
You really want to walk over to me?
I don't. I'm walking. I'm just letting you know that I'm walking around.
I figured this was like the bar or something.
That's the kitchen.
Well, I mean,
Fine, I'm gonna get a drink and go to a table.
My goodness.
Me.
So Joden.
Are there people around any of these tables that I'm at?
A few here. Excuse me. A few here and there, but it's not packed.
Okay. I just wanted to know if I was like, cause I'm walking between tables and stuff, and I don't know if like my big ass shell is like bumping into people.
Do you think Shock is one to apologize to a unmoving object, even though no one's sitting in it?
That's fair. No, but I definitely knock over a couple of things. Oh, sorry. Oh, this is nice wood. Oh, okay.
You watch as a barmaid comes hustling out, like holding up her skirt and running. I'm sorry, there's not a lot of space in here. And she's leaning over to pick up the chairs and set them right. Would you please just find a place to sit? Because I don't have time to pick up chairs, okay?
Am I in front of a hearth?
Yes.
I sit.
Fair enough. Please just stay.
I kind of like grab a little ember, like sticking out, and I like kind of light up my pipe. I just sort of sit.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. I get nervous, and I need to I'm just hanging.
So you weren't surprised by her rushing up to you?
No,
Okay.
no. I was knocking over stuff. I felt kind of bad a little, actually.
Just checking for reasons.
I gotcha.
So Joden, Koa, Iskana, and Bjorn. Where did your token go?
I think it's the itty bitty one.
No, that's Alia or Alaya.
I was sitting
there
on
he
Koa.
Oh God!
trying to sit on me.
All right,
I'm
children.
sitting on her again.
So the four of you
Sorry,
are
Koa.
sat at this table. So you're going on a hunt.
We're going on a hunt. I don't know if you've heard about the necromancer occurrences that have happened, but I was in the town where that happened. And I kind of relay the story of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, not the zombies, but with the skeletons and taking their heads off. And
Some were zombies.
oh, that's right. There were some zombies, weren't there?
It just depended on how long the being was dead for.
Yeah. And you know, going to gonna go looking for the other ones that they talked about because they can't be allowed to be around.
When he mentions necromancer, she turns around immediately and goes over to them.
Mhm.
I
say you can hear them.
Yeah, I'm close enough.
Yeah.
And I'm half listening, anyways.
Nosy.
yes. And then she's gonna look over at. Is it Jodan?
Joden.
Jodan. Okay. You said necromancers. You're hunting the necromancers?
That was the plan.
I'm in.
Oh, we're vouching for you again, you hear in your head.
Do not make me hit you.
I'd be really, really upset if you tried, and so would my companion here.
A necromancer killed my father. They need to go away. They just need to go away.
Was your father a blacksmith?
Yes.
Was your father in the town of Evan?
Yes.
I've heard of this incident, actually, and you're the daughter, obviously.
Obviously.
Obviously. Sorry.
Obviously.
Obviously, Papa. I
Obviously.
feel like that's where
Papa.
we're going with this.
Yep, sorry. It's kind of like, make him away.
I had actually wanted to meet you. I stopped by in Evan and asked about you. To be fair, interesting that we would meet you here. So you're in, are you?
I am. No necromancer needs to be breathing anymore.
Very well. I mean, we are vouching for you after all, yes?
Yes. And she rolls her eyes.
All this will go along swimmingly.
People.
Bjorn mentioned something about he doesn't like swimming.
Too much like bathing.
So as you all sit there kind of chatting and planning your next steps, you hear a bell start to ring in the town. And some whistles go off. And you watch as like 4 barmaids come out from the back. Up! End of the workday, everybody's coming to eat. If you all are not eating, you need to leave. We're about to be very crowded.
Fair enough.
We have rooms here.
That is true. Come on, off with you! Off with you! And that is where we will end Game 1. Sorry for no
Yay.
hoboing, but I had to get you all in one freaking room. Multiple scenes is hard, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's tough.
I figured that there wouldn't be like much fighting or anything in this because
the first one
you had to get all of us together.
Yeah. But I hope you guys had fun.
Oh God, yeah.
Kind of.
It was interesting.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yep.
Did anyone else panic when the bell rang? I'm just.
Yeah, so
very much
Yeah, a
so.
little.
So
I
okay,
felt a little
yeah.
I
Let's
was like,
if
yes.
I can tell you what happened because I was sleeping actually. I had passed out by
What
the
did
hearth.
you do when the bell rang?
It was a little surprising. And I turned into a badger, a cave badger. I'm now a cave badger. I get nervous, and sometimes when I get nervous, I can't control my wild shape.
Okay.
So
I lean back and look around. It's like, is he a badger now?
Honey badger, say what?
I'll need an actual picture later on, but there you go.
Nice.
So immediately just runs
a-
over to him
Badger.
to make sure that no one
Okay.
attacks him.
as she runs over to me, I like start skittering like around the table floor
I
and
was
like
gonna say probably
under
under
tables.
tables, like
Yeah, under tables, like.
That's part of our group.